commercial genres been written about Sligo. Although there are some very fine novelists working out of Sligo, not least of them Owen McNamee. But there aren't that many commercial novels, so I was thinking very strongly about asking Sligo Tourism Board for some kind of grant to part fund the writing of this. They said no, so I wrote this. I made the mistake of trying to cut through town rather than take the bypass. It was better out in the suburbs, and it's mostly suburbs, but the town was a heart attack of concrete and chrome. Old streets, high and narrow, arteries so thick and gnarled the traffic trickled or didn't move at all. The light, a frozen glare, shot with greens and reds, blinking pink neon, fluorescent blues. Boom boom blasting from roll-down windows, deep bass pulsing out of muscles of sound. On a bad night it took 15 minutes to crawl 200 yards from the Abbey to Lady Erin. The mob, shuffling around outside the chippers, wore hoodies over baggy denims, frayed hems dragging. Night of the living McDead. The girls in crop tops over bulging bellies, the low-slung jeans showcasing cheese cutter thongs, in case anyone might think they weren't wearing any underwear at all, maybe. I skipped O'Connell Street heading west, turned north down Adelaide and then left at the new bridge onto Lynn's Dock, a grapefruit moon hanging low over the quay. Finn playing the Northern Pikes, place that's insane. Out along Ballast Quay and the docks proper, onto Deepwater Quay, Blackwater on my right, warehouses and depots to the left, the Connacht Gold Co-op lit up like a rocket launch. Beyond the Co-op loomed the unlovely Port Authority building, and behind that a jungle of weeds and a rusty marsh. Once in a while there'd be talk of turning the marsh into a nature preserve, a bird sanctuary, but no one did anything about it. The birds came and went anyway. I turned into the PA's yard, slaloming between the potholes, tooling along in second gear, the yard lined with rusting containers, piles of scrap metal and trailers of mouldy timber. High weeds clumped in bricked up doorways. The day had been hot and it was still warm, the acrid hum of hot tar thickening the air. The PA building was 9 stories of stark 1960s modernism, an appropriately ugly monument to hubris, built when the docks were buzzing and Lamass had all boats on a rising tide. Polish coal, Norwegian pine, Jamaican sugar, Australian wool. Oil tankers moored offshore. Russians jumped ship and never went to sea again. The first African, a Nigerian, was a celebrity. They called him Paddy Dove, and he never had to pay when he bought a pint of stout. Then the 70s slithered in. Crude oil went through the roof. The coal stopped coming, then the sugar. The channel silted up. Paddy had to buy his own stout. Things got so bad the Industrial Development Authority had to buy the PA building and then lease back 2 of the 9 stories to the PA. Even that was a farce, the IDA loaning the PA the money to pay the lease. Then the 80s, a good decade to be a weed or a rat. And it goes on, and we work our way through to the 90s. Things aren't much improving.